G215.
What a day.
David.
Now that was not a great night, but sometimes that is the way the mop flops. Yeah, they can't all be quiet ones, can they? But it was fine. It was just a bit of a mix. There was grass fires in the early part of the evening, which means just the whole evening was taken up by that, which means you don't eat till late, so didn't eat till 10, half 10, which means when you go to bed, you're full, so you don't sleep particularly well. And then it was up at 2 o'clock for rubbish bin fired, and then police, they were doing a raid on someone threatening to set themselves on fire in their building, so that was interesting. Then on to more alarms, and it just didn't seem to stop. And then by the time that last alarm's finished, it was just pretty much 6 o'clock. It wasn't even worth going back to bed. So it is what it is. We're tired, running on 2 or 3 hours of bad sleep, but we can either let that take the day over and be the reason why we make some pretty poor choices, or we can take the day by the horns now and we can do something. So I'm going to stop at Lidl. That's a lie. I'm going to stop at Aldi, because the Aldi's down the road from this station I've been detached to today, last night. And I'm going to go in and I'm going to find something to have now for a pre-workout in terms of energy drink. And I'm also going to find a pre-workout snack. And because I'm particularly craving like a McDonald's drive-through, and specifically I want a nice McMuffin. I'm going to make my own, and I'm going to show you exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to make my own low-calorie, high-protein McMuffin, so stay tuned for that. So yeah, we're going to head on our way now. Let's go to Aldi, get some energy, a little snack in us, because the cravings come thick and fast, don't they? Shit nights lead to shit choices. So the quicker I get on top of that now, I've had a coffee, so that's nice. That's giving me a bit of life. And we'll see how the rest of the day goes.
Well, they ask me why I sound like this, with a 6-string growl and a hammer fist twist. Why I talk back when I should behave. Why I show up loud like I'm digging a...
So we have come out with sushi. Sushi's good because it's carbs and salt, which obviously carbs, I'm feeling very sort of sweet and, you know, like I need something quite carby anyway. And the salt in like the soy sauce, and just the fact it's salty, it'd be quite good for like electrolytes. Restocking what I've lost essentially overnight. Where is... what the fuck is it? And to pair with that, a lovely Dark Thunder pink one. Ultimate pink. We'll see how this compares against Monster Ultra. I'm not holding out any judgments or any reservations just yet. We'll let you know. I've also found some bits from and I've changed it. It was going to be a McMuffin. Now it's going to be a imitation McDonald's breakfast bagel. Some protein bagels, so that's yet to come. But first, we have our little snack. We're going to enjoy our energy drink as we cruise on back towards the gym at home. I did an out duty or detached or whatever you call it last night, so we're a bit further away from home than usual, but it's about a half hour to get back, which is about perfect timing really to start nailing some caffeine. It's going to be about half hour, 45 minutes before I start my first set, so that'll probably end up being about right. And then we'll be fed, watered, get a session done. It might be a bit slow, might have to change the weights ever so slightly, but I won't know till I start. But yeah, we'll just get on with it, innit? That is so good. Oh, I wish I could have more. That's just made a mess. But I'm going to have every last bit of it I can. Moment of truth. not terrible. Not terrible at all. Yeah, it's like a slightly subpar Ultra Rosa. I think it'll do the job. All right then, let's get on our way. Come on.
Grave. I say, son, I ain't here for your rules or permission. I was raised up proud on a rebel ignition. 'Cause I was born to raise hell. It's in my bones. Cranking Skinner loud on a rotary phone. My daddy drank whiskey, my granddad did too. So don't be surprised when I howl like a fool. I don't sit in silence, I don't play it small. This outlaw blood don't blend at all. You call it trouble, I call it tradition. I was born to raise hell, it's a family tradition. Wine in a three-piece suit, I shotgun beer and scuffed up boots. You can keep your manners and your champagne crowd. I'd rather two-step with the bar lights down. They said you're too rough, I said damn right. I was cut from leather and Friday night. 'Cause I was born to raise hell, it's in my name. Ain't here for clout, I ain't playing no game. My mama lit fires and my uncle raised Cain. So don't look shocked when I dance in the rain. I don't fold and run, I'm the tailgate preacher with a loaded gun. You call it reckless, I call it conviction. I was born to raise hell, it's a family tradition. Bloodline's got moonshine veins, Bible in the dash, but we sin just the same. We ain't rude, just real, and real don't change. So if that's too much, stay out of my lane. I was born to raise hell, stomp the floor, let the devils know what I came here for. From the sawdust bars to the county fair, you'll hear my name in the midnight air. I don't fit in and I've never tried, got boot marks deep in my hometown pride. You call it chaos, I call it religion. I was born to raise.
Right, gym session done. And I've been looking forward to this. So let's make our own version of a muck. It was going to be a McMuffin, it's now going to be a McBagel, basically breakfast. And the thought of making this has kept me away from actually going through that drive-through this morning. And I am beginning to get a bit tired and a bit hungry. But I've got a few catch-up calls to do with people I work with. Essentially just, yeah, a bit of accountability check, a bit of catch-up and a nice check-in. So I'm going to have this and then I'm going to go chat, update some programs, etc. Anyway. Point is the food. So what we've got here is 200 grams of, now this was as low fat mince pork as I could find. Obviously sausage is pork, especially the one used in like a McMuffin, so I'm trying to match it as close as possible. Now the quantities of this can be changed depending on how many calories you've got to play with. With me being on lower calories, this is still going to be my main meal of the day, and I've made my peace for that. But the quantities reflect that. So the single egg, the 200 grams of lean minced pork, 2 slices of cheese, and that's it. I got the high protein bagel thins. Again, if you're not restricted by calories as much, you can use normal bagels and use 2 eggs, etc. But this is kind of what I've got to play with. So 200 grams of the leanest pork mince I could get, and I've seasoned that with salt, pepper, garlic granules, onion granules, and smoked paprika. So nice little combo there. I'm going to pair that with 1 sort of fried egg split between the 2 bagels, and then a slice of cheese, which is 50 calories each on each. So I've pre-seasoned it, it's all ready to go. All you kind of need to do is wash hands and give it a good old mix up. This feels very strange. Basically just get it nice and mixed. It's not waste any, I can't afford to waste the calories. We're there, we're mixed. So essentially I'm going to make 2 very rough halves. Yeah, that's half. Make it into a patty, like a nice little burger shaped sort of flat sausage like you get in those, in the McMuffin and in the McBagel. Let's get the pan on. Oh, I've got fucking pork hands now. A little bit of fry light already in there, and then we're essentially just chucking it in to cook. Same with this one, nice and flat. Make yourself a nice flat little patty. If you've got one of those like burger smash meat smasher things, that's probably better, but this will do for now. Right, well that's in. I'll let that start cooking. Then I'm going to put in my bagel thins, and then basically once the burgers are nearly cooked, the patties, I'm going to put the cheese on. Once they're done, I'm going to put them in the bagels and then quickly do the egg and then throw it all together. So we will see you at that point. And there you go. Boom. I'll give you the macro breakdown for this in a minute. Because I'm starving, I'm going to go eat it before my next call. That was incredible. That was actually better than it was on par with a McDonald's breakfast bagel. Yeah, it really was. It was lush. And I've licked the plate clean. However, yeah, it was going to be my main meal of the day, that. And I knew that going into it, which was fine. It's going to be something a little light bite now. What time is it? 1:30. So I've had 2 calls. I've got 1 more call with someone. Then basically I'm gonna chill out on the sofa with my laptop. I'm gonna update some programs. I'm gonna put out some content, and I'm gonna chill out because I'm quite quickly noticing the tiredness creep in. The caffeine's beginning to wear off, and I think I'm just gonna have an early night. And it's why I had the big meal now, because I know, like that is, don't get me wrong, that was absolutely lovely, and it's filled me up a lot. But at the moment, I'm at the point where I just don't get full. Like nothing fills me, to be honest. And I got to accept that for another 2 weeks, which is fine. Well, 2 weeks and 4 days. The 4 days do matter. I got to accept that, but that's fine. It's the final push now. So even though I know like last night was a busy night at work, I may have ate more than I planned to. I know that now on my rest days, it's going to be where I can really make the difference. Like I've got full control for these next few days of what I eat, what I do, my gym sessions and stuff like that. So this is where the real progress is going to be made. If I can make some good jumps by the time I get back on shift, then we'll be in a good place. Just for your own knowledge, that nice little fake McDonald's came to a grand total of, so that came to 676 calories, which again isn't bad. To be honest, you could up it or remove bits of it if you wanted to. So I had 2 bagels there because I assumed I made it my main sort of meal for the day. But if you have more calories to play with, you can add an egg. I had extra 2 eggs, add some more cheese, add some more pork mince, whatever you kind of wanted to really. So for 676 calories, we also had over 70 grams of protein in that, 70. So that was a pretty good trade-off for not far off 700 calories for just over 70 grams of protein. We'll take that. And it absolutely slapped as well. And it gave me the cravings I wanted, the satiation I wanted. And even though my dinner is going to be a small bit of chicken breast for dinner now, that's fine. I'll accept that. I'll have that and I'll go to bed early and I'll be a somewhat happy man with the thought of some more food coming in the next 2 weeks and 4 days. Hey ho. Anyway, got a bit more work to do before I completely flag. I might go make another coffee just to ride me up a little bit, and then that'll be it before I go to bed. I imagine I'll be in bed by 8:30, 9 o'clock tonight, and that'll be lovely if I am. But got some steps to do as well with the dog, but yeah, we'll do them as and when. Anyway, back to calls. It is 5 minutes to 9. And I am done. I am hanging on by a thread. I don't know if you've ever seen the bedroom before, so anyway, here's the bedroom. I quite like the rock. Bit cheesy, but I quite like it. Protein dinner. Dinner wasn't anything special, I'll be honest. It was chicken and cauliflower rice because I had that really nice lunch, which is fine because I'm going to bed straight after. So I've literally eaten, showered. I was so tired that even though I was still hungry, I might as well just go to bed now and ride out to the morning, and tomorrow's a new day of eating, isn't it? So literally not a very exciting end to the day. But this day could have gone 2 ways. Could have really let ourselves go and made some very, very poor decisions, or we managed to keep it on board. We got a gym session done, got some nice food in,
And now we're going to have a nice early night and get some hours caught up with, I think. Tomorrow's a new day, and I'm going to make full advantage of these rest days now. We're going to have a good night's sleep tonight, we're going to have another gym session tomorrow. And then we're going to keep food tight. 2 weeks, 4 days left. Let's push on, let's push hard. And I'll catch you guys next week.